All right, I think I'm live. Am I live? Could I be live? Hi, how are you? And I can even hear myself, and I'm gonna try on my other iPad to bring up the chat room so I can see you guys. Hi, I'm on the road if you haven't noticed. Today is my travel day to get to, and this is, I'm hoping I'm even being heard right now. We'll find out in 1 second. I mean, I could be talking into the great beyond. That's part of the joy, the rapture, the fun, uh, the, the happiness of possibly, hold on, chat coming up. Chat is there, almost. We could be up. Yay! You are live. Okay, excellent. And I don't know if I sound okay. It might be a you know a headphones kind of a thing. I'm using the mic that's on my. There you go. Audio's good on YouTube. Excellent. Look at that. The irony that I work so hard to try and get this this thing up and running when I'm at home with all my gear, and here I am. Now, I wouldn't quite call this the middle of nowhere because the middle of nowhere would be somewhere. Folks, let me tell you a little something about driving through Nevada. Um, Much like Arizona, there are two towns and a whole lot of nothing. And right now, I'm in a little town called Eli or Ellie. I'm going to go with Eli just because it was probably named for some Quaker or something making his way west with the fam named Elijah. This is the spot where Eli passed away. So we shall name this future truck stop and bunny ranch after his fine Christian memory. I don't know what's I just assume there's a casino. It says casino and unleaded. That's all I know. Ellie, it's Ellie. You think I honestly, it's debatable. I don't care. Um, you lost $20 here. I think I might have just on gas. Although I will say something very strange. I understand why companies will boost their profits on gasoline around where there's more cars. But so I guess it shouldn't be that strange that in Las Vegas and Los Angeles, the price of gas is way higher than it is out in, duck butthole Nevada, where there's just like it's relatively reasonably priced considering that it's a good 30-40 cents cheaper in a lot of these places. Ellie, you think so? I don't know. Like if it should have two L's with the Y. We're going with Book of Ellie. I don't care. I'm not actually driving. If you can see, I am stationary. I am in a parking lot. See the building behind me? That's the courthouse here in Ellie. That's what the town's called in the native tongue. Yeah. So Ellie, Ellie and Eli, both of them passed away a long time ago. They were lovely, lovely people. They unfortunately they caught a bad case of the Donner Party. Both they ate each other up, and not in a pleasant, forgiving kind of a loving, supportive, happy, coupley kind of a way. No, in a Jeffrey Dahmer feeling peckish somewhere after midnight kind of a way. It was not fun. We found them. It was weird. They'd managed to get about 1.5 feet up each other's throats. Ironically, they did not die of their injuries. They both choked to death. Ellie and Eli. We shall name this great town after them, and it shall have a bunch of sheds for sale and a casino that no one goes to. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm enjoying my joke so much I'm spilling my beverage on myself. So hi, by the way, welcome to the show. It's not normally like this. Normally I'm not on the road, but my flight this morning got, if I may use some technical terms, buggered. Yeah. So my flight this morning was supposed to be at 6:45 a.m., get me in around 4 p.m., bouncing through Salt Lake City. Then, without any notice, when I checked in, my flight was now at 12:45 p.m., getting me in at 10 o'clock into Twin Falls, Idaho, which is another 90-minute to 2-hour drive. Thank you, Luis, for the gas money. Believe me, it's needed. So, needless to say, I have a show Sunday night at the Mint in Las Vegas. And the idea of being trapped in Twin Falls or Boise, Idaho with no flight to get me back in time for my show on Sunday after my other two shows is ridiculous. So I did what old road dog comedy guys do. I hopped in my fucking car and got started. Also, I'm glad you guys are enjoying my nice fancy car. It's a 2012 FJ Cruiser. They don't make them anymore. And I'm leaving Las Vegas, and then I will be on my way back on Sunday. Yeah. No, I'm not going to start driving while I'm live streaming. I'm just hanging out with you guys. I am parked at a Love's, if you're familiar with that, what that is. Lerv's. Lerv's is a truck stop. I banked off of going to Salt Lake City and went the other way because I got to go north of Jackpot. And Jackpot's basically like a straight shot from Las Vegas straight up the state towards Idaho. If you literally, yes, they do make ammunition here. They make, yeah. I'll get wings drink. I know I'm drinking a Rain because it has aminos and energy rather than coffee. Hyundai is set to build a $7 billion U.S. plant during Biden Asia visit. America First. Thanks, Joe. No kidding. I passed your tax dollars are worked, folks, and expansion. I passed major construction in right outside of Vegas, coming up here near one of the solar plants where they're cleaning off an entire new surface for another solar array and a factory right next to it. And then up here, like everywhere I go, and at some point this is going to catch on. I have not seen any lot lizards. No. I haven't seen it. And I think I got to leave before sundown and I'll be fine. But why is everybody? Am I on the 6? No, I'm on the 93. And yes, I am Clark Griswold. Rain Dreamsicle. That's true. That's what it is. Drink Brando. They didn't have any. I looked for that first. I want your tour shirt. HAL SPARKS 2022 Duck Butthole Nevada. I did come up with a great new Nerd Halen shirt that I have to make. Luckily, I have my computer with me and a little bit of free time during the day. Eruption equals MC squared. Nerd Halen logo. Get it? All right. Anyways, so Eggs 5 no more. I already said I'm in a 2012 FJ Cruiser. I wish it was more exciting, but yeah. Stay away from Pocatello. All right, I'll keep driving. Love truck stops are great for what? Sorry. Are great. Where else can you buy both boner pills and an oven that plugs into your cigarette lighter in the same place? Just don't use them at the same time. No, nobody wants an easy fuck oven. That's terrible. Take my money now for that shirt. I'm telling you, is that not smart? Right? That's right up there with the with my YouTube. It's mainly on the Zazzle store. I have not made one in the Twitch store. The NFTs. The NFTs. Oh my gosh, Eric! Thank you so much. Pedal to the metal. I am driving mostly the speed limit. I gave myself plenty of time. The irony is that I, technically speaking, if I did my whole flights today, I would get in about 4 hours after I'm going to arrive just driving. I'll get it. You need some Z's. I will. I'll be there well before nighttime. I left at like 11 a.m. Do I have my Les Paul? No, I do not. I'm not carrying a guitar with me. I'm just singing on these gigs. It's nice. All I need is my button-down t-shirts, my button-down short-sleeve shirts, my black tie, and my glasses, and I'm ready for and black jeans. I have to wear stretch black jeans because I can't wear slacks because they will split when I jump. That's true. I am rocking them. Yeah, eruption equals MC squared. I mean, come on. As a Nerd Halen shirt, boom. We're also making Nerd Halen, Nerd Hagar shirts that do that have a picture of that. Because I made that up when we were on the boat. When I was on, for those of you who know, when we did the Monsters of Rock cruise, we did one of these big, yeah, it's a black skinny tie. We did a bunch of pictures with people, and I was like, I was making faces and having fun and all that kind of stuff. But I was trying to come up with something that would make it sort of special. And I don't know if you like, Van Halen used to do this, right? The blah, like that. It's relatively sexual, right? And they were doing this when Sammy Hagar was in the band. So naturally, if you're Nerd Hagar, you would do this. So I started doing this during the pictures, and it was everybody loved it. So we're gonna make a T-shirt that has that on the front of it. Oh wait, do we have a Magoo shirt? I have a Magoo hat. I should. I do have spandex pants, but not for this gig. Yeah, that cruise. I didn't get to go on that cruise. Yes, Sue. I'm sorry. We are doing the. That's the sign for vagina. Well, all right. I approve. Chop your hair and rock the ape drape. No. Use Band-Aids to tape the glass together. We do. I have tape on my glasses, the whole deal. Yes. Stretchy pants are very important. And a Fika shirt, yes, is on the way. I just have to use that piece of art and put it on there. The version, I made a demo one on Zazzle or on Teespring rather, and then I had them send me one, and it wasn't very good. So I'm hoping the Twitch quality will be higher. We need a moving chip emoji. Oh, a moving one. Okay. I look burned. I'm not burned. I don't have a sunburn. I promise. Ooh. There's flies outside my window. Oh, it's because people have been curbing their dogs near the sign. I see. I found the perfect parking spot. Also, a lot more cattle in Nevada than I would have thought. I get it. Carl, we already settled on L-E. Ely? It's Ely? Ely? I'm not calling it that. Do I still play with 01? Yes, I do. Use sunscreen. Indeed. I'm out of the sun. I'm basically just in the car the whole trip. Where are we? Hi, Brandon. We are in Ely, Nevada. Ely, Nevada. They got a real problem with consonants and vowels here. I am at a truck stop in Duck Butthole, Nevada, and that's what I'm calling it. I'm not going to worry about the pronunciation because it doesn't matter. It's like memorizing, no offense to Ely, but it's like memorizing the name of only the biggest assholes at the party. What is the point? Tolerance, indeed. I am halfway. That is true. I'm live from a truck stop. I won't be the first, and this won't be the last. Yes, you can't do Dave's stage moves without wearing stretch pants, or you will squish something. Ron Ellie was Tarzan. Pork Knuckle, Nevada. No, that's Montana. Cosmodors. Pork Knuckle, Montana. Duck Butthole, Nevada. I'm That's I'm convinced it's a real place. You're 7 hours away, Mason? Well, it's weird that you're 7 hours away from me and I'm 10 hours away from you. I am, like I said, the middle of nowhere is actually somewhere. This is somewhere. This is like as as far as you can get from nowhere without still being somewhere. I'm not gonna play the slots. Butt Creek, Missouri, or Balls Deep, New York. Nuts Deep, I think is what it is. Yeah, it's the taint of Nevada. She used to live in Silt. Oh god, Intercourse, PA. I mean, it sounds fun. Possum Grape, Arkansas. Yes, I'm nowhere adjacent. Yeah. Fish Penis, Texas. Please tell me these are all real places, and if they aren't, North Dakota has 5 anuses. I have been to Big Bone Lick in Kentucky, and it was great. And I miss it to this day. It's sort of a receiving kind of a town. There are givers. Um, what am I singing? I will be doing a rousing set of Van Halen songs from both the DLR and the Hagar time periods tomorrow night. And Natalie, happy birthday! Do you need another cat? Um, Nutbush. The Amish are hilarious. We drove past Big Bone Lake between Cincy and Lexington. That's right. Your background looks like hills have eyes. Be careful. Oh yeah, totally. Out this way. Yeah. Meanwhile, that's the courthouse behind me for this little town. You could tell this like this. You can tell you're driving through a town that at one point was like the entire tax base was based on speeding tickets. And holy shit! So I drove through one of the reservations that's in Nevada coming up here, which is really fascinating. And the speed limit is different inside and outside the res. And so there's apparently it's not consistent through the res, so they can, if you just drive through it and you're just driving at speed with everybody else, they can just write you a shit ton of tickets. And then on your way out, everybody speeds up because they've had to go slower, and then they give you a ticket when you speed up after you leave. Nothing but trouble, absolutely. I'll never let a banker go. Diamander knows that it has to know that movie. Yes, I'm at the Loves. That's right. Creamy Fudge Bar, Missouri. Get out of here. What tribe? I didn't see. Moaba, I think. Yeah. Thanks. I'm glad you like the titles. How long will I keep my long hair? As long as I want to. We stop by Stuckey's and get the sesame sticks. They're the best. I will. I'll see what I can do. I seem to remember passing a Stuckey's recently. Get out of your car. Thank you. I agree. My hair is great. Um, Thanks for the super sticker. I'm definitely a road warrior. It's going to get longer. Yes, it is quite a bit longer. I enjoy a good pecan log as well. The internet service is not bad for where I am, although my phone's it's already cooking. So I might have to turn my car on and turn the air conditioning on. I'll probably cut the show short to 1 hour ish or a little less, if that's okay, like till 5 my time, simply because I think my phone will overheat. Yeah, the courthouse is very nice. So obviously they're they're handing out fines for speeding. parking without proper parking registration parking, and a lot lizard tax, I guess. 4 kilobits smoking. Super chat. Oh, thank you for that, Martha. Yeah, it's revenue. That's exactly what this is. Take the case off and set it on the vent. I can't wear, well, it's not so much this. It's not so much the case. It's, yeah. If I turn the vent on, you won't, well, maybe I'm wearing my headphones, so maybe it will be okay. I just don't want to use up more gas than I have to. Gas super chats. Let's see. And I'll turn on the vent up here to try and cool it. That'll work. Hopefully that will work. I don't have a window shade in here. Yeah, I know that's weird, but I know. They don't have a park and entertainment tax? Yeah. A wang dang dickety doo tax. Yeah, we'll just turn today's show into an AMA, into an Ask Me Anything. Hold on, let me see if I can scroll. It's always hard to scroll up on this thing. Chat. Okay. There you go. Get back down here. Sorry, there we go. I think I can add the chat. Beg your pardon, I'm covering the. Trying to do this. Doopity-doo. Where's that? Stuck on you. Got this feeling down deep in my soul and I just can't lose. Yes, I'm on my way. You can hear me much better. That's good. Fully approved Spinal Tap. It's supposed to say Spinal Tap first, Puppet Show last. Yeah, the audio might change a little bit because do you all do Pretty Woman or any Van Halen covers? We do all Van Halen covers because that's what we are. We're a Van Halen cover band. And we do a version of Pretty Woman called Nerdy Woman that I rewrote the lyrics on. Comedy jokes. It's pretty good. Thank you, Carol, for some beef jerky and Slurpee. Thank you. Spinal Tap's getting a sequel? That's amazing. That's right. That was Pliable Stats. Well done. Lionel Richie song. A song that my dad's girlfriend, when I was in high school, the woman he dated when we lived in Chicago, Sue, she loved that song. So my dad learned to play it on guitar for her. So he would sing it for her. That's how I know that song, because I learned it too. Yeah, in Nerdy Woman, I actually sing in Klingon, for real, and rhyme it. Yeah, with English. What are you talking about? We do Running with the Devil, yes. History of the World Part 2 is finally happening. That's beautiful. How big are the doors? They're pretty big because they're suicide doors. This door opens and then the back door, like they open like barn doors like that. Yes. This is, that's the Nevada desert. By the way, once you get sort of, like north of, like midway up Nevada, it actually gets pretty friggin' green. It's a lot of evergreen trees because they got to be resilient. It is still a desert after all. But there's a lot of snow on the caps, on the mountain caps up this way. Hal, yeah, yes, Hal. Now I sing it. Go home and masturbate because of you. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Christopher Walken joins Doom 2 as Emperor shot him. Awesome, I guess. High Plains Drifter. Yeah, I'm the man with no name. Not Utah. It turns into Mars. Yeah. I love it out here in Nevada. Oh, hi, Linda. Yeah, the mob money stuck to Vegas. You know what's interesting? As I was driving up here, I can't, like, we use so much water and it's all diverted off the Colorado River for Las Vegas, and how much easier it would have been to make the city flourish if it had been up here in this area. Because what's the friggin' difference? It's not like there were airports and that's why they went there. But if Eli, if Las Vegas had just been physically here, yeah, it would have been kind of amazing. Are there eyes on those hills behind you? No, that would be in. Watch for those when we go do Monsters on the Mountain with Nerd Halen in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's where the hills have eyes, clearly. The land there was there cheap because the radiation, right? Proximity of LA was big at the beginning. That's true. That is true. What's your favorite Van Halen song to perform? That's a tough one. It varies. I enjoy Pound Cake a great deal. Unchained is always glorious. My favorite Van Halen song is I'll Wait, as some of you know. Stoney, I'm glad I made you feel better. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. I love Dancing in the Streets. Let's see. Yeah, even the ones even the ones that were like work before, where I was like, yeah, I'm not as familiar with this song. A lot of them have like grown on me. I mean, Somebody Get Me a Doctor is so much fun. Watch my boat videos. This is true. Just look up HAL SPARKS, like Nerd Halen, Monsters of Rock, Cruise. A bunch of stuff will show up. I love Ice Cream Man. That's super fun. Yeah, the bodies showing up in Lake Mead because the water level's going down. Meanwhile, the water levels up here are going up. So take that for what it's worth. Still get excited hearing Eruption. Me too. David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar? Oh, clearly David Lee Roth. But I like Sammy a lot. Did Hal get pulled over? No, I pulled over on my own. Atomic Punk's fun. Drop Dead Legs is really fun. Agreed. More bodies up here to keep the hot water level. That's right. Are there any hams out there? I'm ham-benching next week. Oh, wow. Do I do any CCR? No, we are a Van Halen cover band. That's why we are called Nerd Halen. Well, a lot of people are Sammy fans or Sammy Van Halen era fans, including Victor, our bass player, our regular bass player who's in the band. He's on tour with Engelbert Humperdinck right now. So Sean McNabb is filling in, and he will be able and wonderful. I'm excited to work with him. He's a really good dude. I've done songs with him at the Ultimate Jam Night. He's a great guy. He was in Dokken for a bit. He's a great bass player. Really talented dude. And Victor grew up really with the Hagar years as his introduction to Van Halen. He's younger than me, so that was the era that he was introduced to Eddie's playing. Yes, I hope Humperdinck is still alive because Victor has European shows with him. I love never paid attention to Van Halen after DLI off. Nope, big hits. They're just different songs. Yeah, rest in peace, Naomi Judd. That was so sad. Do you do Hot for Teacher, or do you have the same energy as David? Yes, we do Hot for Teacher, and I have the same energy as David Lee Roth. I insist. Yes, I agree that the lead singer with Nerd Halen rocks. Thank you, Jerry, for the super chat. Happy trails. Bum-ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da. What's that above my head? I don't know. What's above my head? Hold on. You mean that? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the visor? The windows are so big on this thing, it has side visors. Yeah. Yeah, there's a sun visor here, and then there's a side visor because the wind is so friggin' gigantic. You'll cook because it's basically a space station. It's the sky. I saw Van Halen with Gary Cherone too, and they were surprisingly good. We're actually we're adding a Gary Cherone era song. We're still debating which one for the Monsters on the Mountain because Gary will be there with because Extreme is playing. I have a 4-wheel drive for this thing. I mean, I live in an earthquake zone, so yeah. Do you do any David Lee Roth band songs like Easier Going Crazy? No, and I'm one of these days I'm hoping we expand out to doing that because technically speaking, when they played with Sammy, they did some of Sammy's songs. They did like I Can't Drive 55 and There's Only One Way to Rock. So yeah. Do I sing Bob Seger? Only on the road by myself. Yeah. Let's see. And what's my current music? Oh yeah. Can you guys hear that? I'm gonna get kicked off if I leave it on. This is the CD that's been in my car basically since I bought it. Don't understand. Can't just hold on. Yeah, I'm reading and singing. I can't tell. I have noise canceling headphones on, so the louder I turn it up, the quieter it gets. Oh, thank you, Dimander. You like the Tool Stolber cover? I finally got the full version of it. I'll post the link after the show today. I'll do it before I leave the parking lot. Yeah. And learn to fly again, learn to live so free. And when we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up and let us in. Take. Yeah, anyways. I am a geek. It's true. Take these broken wings. Right. I do too. I like that song a lot. 01 covered that live once. That's true. There is unfortunately no video of it. I want to do it again. I love Mr. Mister played it so much my guardian burned it. That's amazing, Karen. What do you do if your parents are total Trumpsters? Keep asking them why. And then and don't dig every time they say, because he believes in America first. And like, well, then why did he loosen the restrictions on what it means to make stuff in America? And why did Biden have to tighten them when he came in office? And then leave it. Let them, and if they go, he didn't do that, that's not true. Don't say, yes, it is. Just go, why else do you like it? Because if you chase what they're saying, you'll, they'll think they're right a little bit. I'm glad, Kim. Use logic, 45 at 0. Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying that's one of the way, one of the ways you push back on it is not push back too hard. Why are all the Trump products made in China? Because they're cheaper, and he was trying to grease the wheels to make a Trump Tower Beijing and a Trump Tower Shanghai at one point, just like he wanted one in Trump Tower Moscow. That wasn't the only thing he was going for. Shit, he'd have a Trump Tower Tehran if it was financially viable. That was a Trump just denying anything you want to believe. Are you afraid for America? No, of course I'm not afraid for America. For fuck's sake. We've been through worse. Didn't you see Anna's rant, Hal? Which one? The one that Jimmy made fun of? or the one before that? Because we covered both. Like that and her mea culpa. Yeah, that's insanity. That's ridiculous. That's childish and stupid. Are hurricane guns made in China? Oh, if they are, that's why they don't work. In Angel Eyes, the high note in Angel Eyes. Girl, you're looking mighty fine tonight. That Angel Eyes? Yeah. I can hit all the notes in Angel Eyes. Yeah, specify which rant. Afraid for the rest of the world if despots are allowed to reign free. They're not. Dude, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the plot lately, but everybody's like, Biden's got failing health, he's got dementia, he's falling apart. And meanwhile, he hasn't gotten COVID. And Xi Jinping Vladimir Putin has stomach cancer and is about to go under the knife and has to hand over power. And Xi Jinping was just diagnosed with an aneurysm. Did you guys hear that? That's true. I haven't seen that anywhere in America's news. It's all over the Chinese and Indian news services. Yeah. I have to wait for the chat to catch up. Hold on, let's scroll forward. Yeah. You haven't heard that? Has anybody heard that? Anybody like in the chat heard that piece of news? Yeah. And he's not going to get surgery because that's Western medicine. And he's apparently like had a cough and the sniffles and other shit lately as well. But he's also got a brain aneurysm. And yeah, Putin has stomach cancer. A brain aneurysm, a cerebral aneurysm, Sue. Xi Jinping has a cerebral aneurysm. Yeah, Joe Biden survived his aneurysms. He had them when he was younger. Now, it's a little worse when you're older. Yeah, and one of the reasons why people think Putin's been bloated lately is because he's been on prednisone and other steroids because he's either been going through targeted chemo or any of that stuff. So yeah. Jordan Mills, I heard that about him. Also heard the party's removing him. Well, that'll be the trick. This might be the excuse. The announcement of the aneurysm might be something that the Shanghai faction uses to boot him. Yeah, Regina, that's a big fear that people have, that he's dying and he wants to take the world down with him. I don't see that happening because he's got too many greedy bastards around him. That's the one good thing about greed, especially on the scale that Putin's friends have it. Oh my God, Stoney, it's terrible. So sorry. Seriously. And I would not rule out, by the way, Stoney, overstimulants of other sorts that Xi Jinping is using. Faith No More does a great easy. I know that Hunter Biden's laptop, that was actually my audition song for Celebrity Duets. I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Right? Oh, that's that Angel Eyes. And I'll never, ever let you go. You have that Faith No More easy on a single? I don't know that I have the single. I have a cassette of the EP or whatever that was. You must get massive headaches. No doubt. But just anything that has to do with politics, I get through your closest source. Thank you so much. I try, Nikki. I lately, all the economic news that I've been hearing, it is so incredibly stupid that the only analogy I can come up with is somebody like making balloon animals. They blow up a balloon and they're like, see this giant balloon? Yeah. See this? Now I have 2 balloons. Like,
That's their fucking math. Like, no, you don't. You have a balloon and you twisted it in half. You just split one balloon in two. No. Now I have 3 balloons. Now I have 8 balloons and they all formed a dog. Like, no, it's still one balloon, asshole. Like that. Oh, God. I agree. The sparklers are very funny and smart. Right, Kim? Like, they're just making economic balloon animals. Everybody on CNBC, fucking Maria Bartiromo, all these assholes. They're like, huh? Oh, no. And then pop, one part of it pops. They're like, don't worry. Only one of the balloons popped. You're like, motherfucker, if you untwist it, the whole thing's dead. So stupid. I have something in my eye. Hold on. It's dusty out here. MTG's numbers came out. Press is freaking out. She bought a $90,000 SUV with campaign funds. Don't you own a Frampton Les Paul? I have a 1969 natural wood. I don't know what that is in my eye. Natural wood custom 3 pickup. It's not technically a Frampton. It's same era though. Thanks, Jordan. I think they're pushing the whole inflation caused by too much money on top of it because they don't want wages to go higher. Exactly. Well done, Jordan. Congratulations. That's a big part of it. It's a huge part of it. We do not have inflation right now any more than when prices start to go down, we will have deflation because inflation has to do with monetary supply and we have supply shock. Honestly, I don't know what's in my eye. It's one of those things that feels like a boulder. Got it. Okay. Inflation is supposed to top up soon. It already has. Putin is ickety pukey. Pukety, I agree. Your savings are going so down. Right. It's probably COVID. It is probably. Biden will call out foe as a cancer on democracy like Rudd did in Australia. He can, but it won't have any effect. We have more stringent free speech rules in this country, and I wouldn't have it any other way. What's a little bit of a challenge? Fender P bass or jazz bass for the sound? Oh, well, it depends. Since it depends so much on the pickups, I would lean Fender P bass because I have one of Doug Pinnick's old P basses that I love very dearly. It's the one he recorded over my head on. And that said, though, I have an Ibanez fretless that sounds wonderful. Who's behind me? Nobody. I have a person do balloon animals and get about 20 kids had a crazy melee fight on a stage with balloon swords and axes. It was hilarious, as you do. Told your dad supply shock? Yeah. Oh, and son of a bitch. So this is something to consider. Okay. So one of the reasons everybody can agree that prices are higher, beyond the fact that we have supply shock from supply chain issues, is that gas is expensive, and therefore transportation costs are higher, and therefore transportation costs are being added on to the cost of everything, right? That's what we're hearing. That's logical, okay? Right? But that's only part of it, and most of the inflation is caused by too much money in the system, right? That's the general story. That's the balloon animal they keep fucking making. Every fucking Sunday on economic news shows. Meanwhile, the Fed is limiting treasuries and is buying up treasuries, limiting bonds, and raising the interest rate, which will mean that people will not loan money out to take more money out of the system. Well, guess who uses money they get on large-scale loans for exploration before production more than almost any other industry? Oil and fucking gas. And so the banks loaning money to everybody's like, there's all these unused leases. There's all these unused oil leases. Well, that's because they use profits to do the exploration, and then they go, okay, they income, and then profit is whatever they don't use for exploration. Well, if they can borrow the money for the exploration, they pay out a higher dividend to investors, and then the money flows, right? But if the banks don't think the oil price is going to stay high because it's artificially low, the production is artificially low right now because of getting people back on the job, Russian oil being taken out. It's not because there's not any oil in the fucking ground. That banks not loaning to oil companies unless they promise not to overdo it on production because they're going to tank the price right about the time they're supposed to pay that money back, is why they aren't drilling, is why they're not. It's because the Fed is taking money out of the system because everybody's telling the fucking Fed that there's too much money in the system. So you take it out, there's no money to loan, the oil companies borrow it rather than take it from profits because they were in the shitter when we had negative $32 a barrel for oil. And then they fucking popped the balloon animal. Should have been partially nationalized a decade ago? No. We do have what's effectively a partially nationalized system in that they pay a fee to get it from any public lands or any that would be under public lands, because we got wise about the drinking your milkshake thing a long time ago. And they have to give, as part of their fees, some of the oil they take out of the ground to the strategic national reserves. You saw Popo drive by? That's because the courthouse is right behind me. Nationalization is not the answer. Never will be. A resource that's essential should be owned by the people like water and air. Yeah, but the getting of it isn't, and that's what they pay for. They pay a fee. They pay for the rights to get it out of the ground. Also, private stuff that's under the ground, directly under you, is yours. And the problem is we are engaged in the biggest, most historically enormous act of demand destruction in any industry in history with oil and gas right now. We are going to stop using it. Tell that to Norway. Well, Norway's a tiny country comparatively. And they also get most of their own energy from nuclear power. If you want to do that, I'm with you. Of course I'm seeing your words. We're getting as bad as our students getting all distracted by passing traffic. You can tell we're used to fancy graphics. Yeah, it's a road behind me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Christy. But are your birds real? Yes. You and Noel Kassler should have a video jam session. I think that's a great idea. I like the guy. Bernie expanded on the inflation situation in the last Senate Budget Committee hearing, had PhD experts, etc. What was his takeaway? Because it sure as shit isn't too much money in the system. Fission or fusion? Well, I mean, fission would be nice, I guess. Fusion would be nice. Fission is what we have. I want to see Hal and Bo, the fifth column, do an AMA or something. Ask him. I'll do it. Jim Jordan, will he testify? Probably. Yes, exactly. The oil companies finally figured out not to overproduce when prices are high. And by the way, all the oil companies have been transitioning into quote-unquote energy companies, if you'll notice, and it isn't a mistake over the last 10 years, because they're all looking 10 years down the road when we don't use this shit anymore for consumer vehicles, which is the biggest audience for this particular product. Mm-hmm. You can always count on fossil fuel companies. You're literally the worst thing imaginable. Nope. Sorry, guys. I'm not one of these people who just looks at like the greed and monstrosity of petrochemical companies when we all use the gas and we all have everything in our lives made out of plastic. Fuck if I'll give Exxon renewable energy money. Well, that's what they're going to be working towards. Are batteries the answer? Yes. The nuclear diamond batteries that are on their way will ultimately, arrays made from those are going to change everything. What's my take on the Depp Heard stuff? I think she's a monster, and I think he had an alcohol problem. But I definitely recognize the way she's acting in people that in women that I've dated before, and it reeks of it. It's like a cookie cutter. I'm sure everybody's seeing, it's, four blind men describing an elephant, but from my take, awful. Telling you sulfur batteries will be a big step. Well, solid state batteries, Toyota is putting forward their first solid state battery. It's aluminum and steel based. Plastic here forever, it's horrible. No, not necessarily. There are bacteria that break it down. Nothing's here forever. Salton Sea is now a lithium mine, exactly. Depp and her don't owe each other any money, though. Well, she did get him kicked off of Pirates 5 and everything else. Did you FaceTime Mom? Yes, I did. Alcohol and drugs do not a wife beater make. Agreed. Hemp plastic is fantastic. It just breaks down too easily. Ukraine just shut down a major Russian natural gas pipeline. Oh, yeah. Believe me, one of the reasons why Germany is not using the Nord Stream is because they know it's going to be destroyed if it hasn't already. Buy you about a gallon of gas. Thank you so much, Turbo. That's a relief, Hal. Thank you for some truth. Absolutely, Stony. Thoughts on Amy Judd? It's terrible, and it's so heartbreaking. Especially when somebody is that emotionally far gone where the rest of the family feels they're unreachable, that's got to be tough for them because they're going to always question, did I do enough? That's who I really feel for. She's shaking off this mortal coil. It's the other people in your life. And it's one of the things that, like, I've always found keeps me emotionally resilient and not, as best I can, not wallowing too much and getting down the road of feeling sorry for myself, anything. And this is separate from a biochemical depression, which she more than likely had for a very long time, exacerbated by God knows what. It's the other reason I don't drink, too, because alcohol can make that worse. Comedy Central for news, Fox for comedy. Good luck with my show. Thank you. They're mining salt and sea soon. Yes, the salt and sea. Yeah. There's a video of the Ukrainian drone strike on the Russian ship. Yep. That's a new one off of Snake Island. This is really going to solidify hate of Russia. Ukrainians will take generations to get rid of it, if ever, and the rest of the world. There's a it was funny because there's a show that's been on Netflix for a while and I hadn't watched it. It'd been sitting, and it's called Spycraft. And the only reason I turned it on is because there was a segment about Maria Butina on it. Will there be a morning show tomorrow? Yes, there will. I'll be in my hotel tomorrow, so it'll be easy. And in it, they have a whole segment on a sting operation the U.S. did that found 10 Russian spies working in American cities, just ingratiating themselves into the upper echelon of political and economic life in the United States. And it was so overt, and a lot of them were so poorly trained, they were fairly easily caught. And most of them, they caught 10 of them and did a spy swap for like 2 of our people, because however many spies we have had or do have in Russia at any given time, they had only caught 2 of them. Do I ever play electric guitar? Absolutely, Stony. There's plenty of that. Just look up HAL Sparks 01 and you'll see me playing a bunch. Did you ever go to the Spy Museum when I was in DC? Yes, I did. Bitcoin is headed out. It's largely a place to hide dark money. Yes, it is. And it's not even a hedge against inflation. It's fucking dumb. It doesn't mean anything. And again, I don't understand why the people who are all into Bitcoin are the same people who are like, gold is real money. The dollar ain't worth shit. And I'm like, ugh. Black Widow was very interesting. I agree. I bought a shirt today. It has birds sitting on a row and a window, telephone wire. Love it. That's cool. I don't want to go to bed without anybody. You all can split. Okay. Good night. 700 people in the chat. We're just hanging out. Yes, Bitcoin is dumb AF. Agreed. Rand Paul staffer, relative, was indicted by the DOJ for funneling Russian money into his campaign. No wonder you single-handedly blocked the Ukraine aid package. Yeah, that's what he's doing. That he's been paid to do a job, and he's going to well do it. Because God knows what they have on his dad, much less him. Have you watched Norseman on Netflix? You need to see it. I just bought the Norseman on Apple TV because of the cinematography. Yeah. Oh well, thanks, Kenneth. Yeah. Is it like a car flash mob? Yes, it is. It's exactly it. All right, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna burn a gallon of gas just sitting here trying to keep my phone cool with the car running. And if that's all right, I will see you guys tomorrow up for our regular show, and I'll be able to do that out of the hotel. We should be good, and then I will do the afternoon show. Our Nerd Halen show is until later that night. I'm gonna see if we can live stream it as well because I have my computer with me and I have my my camera, my Brio, which is pretty good. If I can do that, I will. Oh, Pentaveret was great. I loved it. I've watched it like 3 times now. It's not that long. I just kind of have it on as comfort stuff now. Ken Scarborough is my hero. Night to night, dear. I have a headache. Yeah. Oh, Ken, you made me feel sorry. Now I'm sorry. Sorry. You'll be swell. You'll be great. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. If I can live stream it, and I'm fairly certain we can, I will set it up and do that. So wish me luck. And I will see you guys later on. All right, I'm going to sign off. Take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. Thank you guys for the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. Support the show in whatever way you can. Hold on. Hold on. Turn this sideways. There we go. When we bring this up and then we slide it up. There we go. Hi. And oh, that's nice. Look at my background. Isn't that lovely? That's a bunch of balloon juice. That's right. Okay. Graphics. Go back to graphics. Get back. There we go. And then scroll. Why won't it let me scroll the page? All right. I'm just going to have to sign off then with the end stream thing. Look like a plague, you crazy phone. There's the crack. Keep scrolling. There we go. All right. Now I can leave. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourself.